Hi there, I'm Joel Mathis. I'm managing editor for Convergence. I'm here with longtime sports editor emeritus or something like that, Chuck Woodling. Chuck Woodling has been at the Journal World since 1968. He has also been a 1963 graduate of the University of Missouri. Is that right?
That is correct.
And let me ask you something, Chuck. Why don't we just clear the air on something real quick? You had yesterday's column suggesting that the probation that KU is on means that this season maybe is our shot at glory. That it's going to be tough to be recruiting to have similar seasons in upcoming years. And there are some people who suggested that the timing of that column came about because you are a graduate of the University of Missouri. So let's clear the air. Is that why you wrote that column?
No, I was writing it to say that this season, this wonderful season, is a boon. It's certainly a boon. If Kansas had not had this good a season, it would have been more difficult to recruit. And with KU having 3 fewer scholarships each of the next 2 years, that this would give Kansas a much better opportunity to acquire better quality players than they would have if, say, they had gone 6-6.
So you weren't being a big old meanie from Missouri then?
No, I'm not a big old meanie. I'm a pussycat.
Okay, you have watched a lot of KU-Missouri showdowns over the years.
Probably only about 38 or 9 of them.
That's a fair number of them. Yeah. This obviously probably the biggest game of all of those 38 or 39.
No doubt about that.
Is there any other game in your history of watching KU-Mizzou matchups that what's the next biggest game, do you think?
That's a good question about what the next biggest game would be. I would think perhaps it would have been the game in 1968, which is actually the first KU-MU game I saw. Kansas had to win that game in Columbia in order to tie for the league championship that year with Oklahoma. And Kansas was able to win that game by getting a couple of big plays late. I remember one was an interception by strong safety Dave Morgan that enabled Kansas to win that game, tie Oklahoma for the Big 8 championship, and go to the Orange Bowl. Now, the reason that Kansas went to the Orange Bowl, I think a lot of people have forgotten this, the reason KU went to the Orange Bowl that year is because they tied with Oklahoma for the league title, and the Big 8 champion always went to the Orange Bowl.
Right.
But Oklahoma had gone the year before, so it was Kansas' turn to go. So the team that had gone most recently couldn't go.
Well, I guess maybe it's Kansas' turn again this year. Okay, let me ask you, how do you see the matchup shaping up on Saturday? Who's going to win?
Well, I think Kansas and Missouri are going to win. And you're talking about on the field. I'm saying that off the field, Kansas and Missouri are both going to be big winners because of what this means to both their programs. I think on the field, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think, and I hate to sound like a coach when I say this, but the team that makes the fewest mistakes is obviously going to win this game. I know a lot of KU fans are worried because KU made the cover of Sports Illustrated and the Sports Illustrated jinx, and then you've got the number 2 BCS ranking the last 2 weeks. That team has gone down. There's always going to be something like that comes up in this, but overall, I think that both programs are big winners because of what has happened this season.
Well, Chuck Woodling doesn't usually have a reputation as being a diplomat, but he's being one right now. You can ask your questions of Chuck Woodling this afternoon during an online chat at ljworld.com or kusports.com. We'll see you then.